Hello everyone, Tim here from NLR. Hope you're having a great day, week, month, and this whole season of 2020 is going well for you. It's been a great time to reassess where we are as businesses, what's important to us, what new opportunities are arranging or coming forth, and which ones are closing. It's been a real interesting period, but the one thing that's consistent with us as a business that hasn't changed so far is our values. NLR is a company that's made up of 6 different values, and if you saw our last video, it was the first one of 6 values that I started talking about. That was investing in the community and helping those in need. This is our number 1 value here as a business and the purpose we exist. Today I want to keep talking further, and I'm going to talk about value number 2. And this value is open communication. This is a big topic and can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people. So today I'm going to talk about what it means to us as New Life Restorations, or NLR, and how it looks internally here for us. So there's 3 points I'm going to go through for this. So point number 1 is this: everybody's voice is valuable. Here at NLR, we have a group of people with completely different levels of experience, completely different times that they've been within the company, completely different backgrounds and completely different strengths. So we realize that everybody has a perspective to give and everybody is able to offer solutions to give us something that makes us different to everybody else. Now there's a few ways we go about doing this. We celebrate good work, we talk about things that went well, we talk about things that didn't go well, we recognise good behaviour, we recognise ideas, we create a forum for people to give solutions, to give ideas. In fact, a lot of the way we do things internally, a lot of the processes that we've improved on have come from a completely different variety of people. Not all our decisions, not all the way we do things comes from a singular person. The second way we do this is by what's called 80-20 rule. This is where when somebody is talking, we take on a value of listening to other people. And the 80-20 rule, in this context, we look at it as 80% of the time listening, 20% of the time talking. When we take on this rule, it not just creates space for people to give ideas and to generate ideas, but it also shows respect for everybody in our organisation, no matter what their role is. And this is the kind of culture that we want to have. So point number 2 is honesty and authenticity. Now what I mean by this in our context is, in summary, is we create a business where people are free to say what's on their mind. Now this can initially be scary when you think about it, because we may not always want to hear what's on everybody's mind, and it may not always be great. But when we create a culture where people are free to honestly say what they think, that's when we can talk about problems, that's when we can build our relationships with each other, that's when we can be free to give constructive criticism, to listen to other people, we can talk through problems, and we can progress as a business and as an organisation internally. So this leads me to point number 3. Point number 3 is over-communication. What we found with over-communication is when we do this, it creates a space for new ideas to come forward quicker. And it also creates a time where ideas that may not be as great, we move those faster to get to the good ideas a lot quicker. Over-communication generates progress, and it generates progress and progression a lot faster, whether it's job related, whether it's relationally related, or whether it's business process related. This is something that we've encouraged within our staff to talk about through things, talk about anything that's on their mind, and to do it quickly and to do it excessively. While we may not do this externally with all our clients, internally we found it to be really beneficial. Now, I know I told you 3 points, however, today is your lucky day. I'm going to give you an extra bonus point. Point number 4 around building open communication is this: protect the time to communicate. Here at NLR, we have meetings weekly. We have toolbox talks in the mornings before we do large projects. We have conference calls between our Sydney and our Brisbane offices. We have regular weekly meetings between different staff and different departments. Now, those are all scheduled and that's great, but there is always pressure to change those meetings, to put them off. There's always urgent work that's to be done. There's always lots of tasks that are on hand that are really important. However, if we start to interrupt that time, the very thing we value, the very thing that communication generates within our business that we found is really important, that starts to deteriorate, and that starts to get lost. So there's this constant battle of between the important and between the urgent. Now, both are required for a business to be successful. Communication is important. It may not always feel urgent, but it is important. So those times, those weekly meetings, those toolbox talks, those scheduled meetings that we have, although there's lots of other tasks to be done, we make the effort to make sure that they happen, that everyone turns up on time, that phones are off, that there are no distractions, because this time is valuable. Even though it may not feel like it every time, long term, I assure you, the investment that we put into communication, and if you do the same into over communicating, into creating a space where every voice is valuable, and to protecting that time for communication, it will generate very great outcomes for the business as a whole, and it makes it a fantastic place to be. So that's about NLR, another value, open communication, and who we are as a business. And I hope that helps you understand us better as a company and as an organization. And we look forward to seeing you in the future. Have a great day.